At this time, if we could silence the cell phones. Please make sure you raise your hand. We'll pass you a microphone prior to asking a question. Also state your media affiliation. We've got South Carolina head coach Chad Holbrook, accompanied by Alex Destino and Jonah Bride. We'll open it up with a statement from the head coach, and then we'll have questions for the players, Coach.
Well, we knew it was going to be a tall order today. LSU's a terrific team playing at a high level, maybe one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the country. Playing awfully well, and they're awfully hot right now. And where we were in this tournament, having played, I guess, 40 innings or so going into tonight, and LSU had played 16, so they're a little bit fresher, not only from a position player standpoint, but especially being able to throw a weekend guy and one of the best college pitchers in the country out there at us. It was gonna take a great, perfect game from us, and they got off to a great start. And you know, Kramer, that swing, he's got the momentum in their dugout, and we weren't really able to recover. They just ambushed us a little bit offensively there, ambushed our pitchers, and that was the story of the game. They're a great team, playing at a high level, and we just didn't have enough to combat them today for a number of different reasons. But congratulations to LSU. They'll certainly have a chance to be one of the, if not the last team standing.
Questions now for the players. Back row here.
Alex, what will you guys take away from this SEC tournament?
A lot of grit and fight. A lot of people kind of had the book closed on the Gamecocks coming in, telling us what we couldn't do in Hoover, and what we've done in the past, and we kind of let that be our motivation. We were tired of hearing how bad we were all year, and so coming here, it was good to see. I mean, we showed a lot of fight, I think, played some extremely good teams, and I think we, for the most part, I mean, kept ourselves in the game and kept ourselves close to win. But like Coach said, tip your hat to LSU. They're playing phenomenal baseball right now, and they got the better of us today. But you know, Hoover, I think we definitely made some noise in Hoover, and definitely have the team's excited about that.
Front row.
Jeff Owens, Spurs and Feathers. Alex, what will the next couple of days be like for you guys as you wait to see if you make the tournament?
I don't think they're going to be anything like uptight or anything like that, but we're excited, and we're excited for the opportunity. Like I said, everybody had kind of a closed book on us coming into this, and we opened that back up with our play here. And me personally, I think that excites me. We're a team that I think if we get into the playoffs with Will and Adam, we can do a lot of things kind of like we proved here in Hoover. So kind of just wait and see, a little anxious, but I mean, can't predict the future, so we're just going to take it a day at a time.
Jonah, do you feel like this team's done enough, especially in Hoover with the 3 wins you guys have, to be in the NCAA tournament?
Yes, sir. I feel that we showed all year that on any given day we can beat any opponent, and our record in the SCMA showed that, but we were in a lot of the games, and then we didn't get swept by anybody. So, I mean, I think we can play with anybody on any given day.
Any more questions for the players? Okay, in the back.
Alex, Coach Holbrook talked about it a little bit, but just did you guys kind of realize offensively that you're going to have to put up some pretty impressive numbers to have a shot today?
Yeah, you know, I'm confident in any of our guys that take the mound, but we knew we had a tall order with Poche on the mound. Like Coach said, one of the best guys in the country, and we knew we were going to have to support the pitching staff with some offense, and that wasn't the case today. But like I said, we can't really hang our heads right now. We have a lot to be proud of coming out of this tournament, but you know, we just didn't get it today, and that hurts a little bit. But I mean, I think we turned a lot of heads in Hoover, so we can take that away from this.
For either Jonah or Alex, what makes Poche difficult? You look at him, he doesn't have the overpowering stuff or anything like that, but what kind of makes him hard to solve?
He really throws his fastball in the zone on both sides of the plate and gets ahead of you, and then his pitches after that, you never know what he's going to really come at you with because he can throw all pitches for strikes, and he just competes out there and fills up the zone all game.
Anything else for the players? Thanks, guys. Thank you. Questions now for Coach Holbrook.
Chad, you know the question's coming. I mean, the selection show's Monday. What's your case? How do you feel about it? Why should you be included? And how do you feel?
Well, I mean, there's going to be some anxious moments, but, you know, I think our numbers will speak for itself when compared to other bubble teams. Top 50 wins, top 100 wins, RPI, strength of schedule, intent of schedule. You know, and if you factor in the fact that, you know, through the course of the season, maybe 6 or 7 SEC series, we didn't have Tyler Johnson or Clark Schmidt on the mound, and I think you could see the type of team we are when we have Tyler Johnson on the mound. You saw that this week. So, you know, there's a lot of bubble teams. There's a lot of teams out there that have some anxious moments. But when you compare our resume with those other teams on the bubble and how we played this week and having a healthy Tyler Johnson, we can win a regional or we can win a super regional in a heartbeat. There's no doubt about that in my mind. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Coach Hannah Stevens, ESPN Radio in Huntsville. You know, you've talked about the offense and how it's going to be a struggle for you today. But as a team as a whole, you have to be proud of these guys. They talk about their mentality and their grit. But when you look at the fact that you were able to stop them scoring after the third inning, I mean, this team continued to fight even though they were down. What makes this team so special in your eyes?
Well, I mean, we've had some tough moments, and I'm proud of them for the grit. They kept playing, and they didn't hang their head, and they didn't give up. I'm talking about through the course of the season, because there was some tough losses in there when we didn't have some guys that could play or we didn't have some guys that could close out a game. And they came to the park each and every day to play and try to win. And, you know, today we were on fumes a little bit. I don't think our team should be judged on what happened today, and I don't think it will be. But, you know, I feel good about our team if we're able to keep playing. And, you know, we can win a regional in a New York minute with you know, the pitchers that we have, and they're healthy now. And, you know, I don't necessarily think we got to show over the whole course of the season the team we really were because, you know, without Schmidt and without Tyler Johnson, we were hamstrung in some games. But having Tyler back, I think this week showed that we can beat anybody any day. And we competed each and every weekend that we played this year. Maybe a pitch here, a pitch there. Heck, I can go back to 6 or 7 pitches, not 6 or 7 games, 6 or 7 pitches when we were in position to win a series on the road. But I know that we're capable, and there's no doubt in my mind if we're put in the tournament, we can win a regional.
In the back, Coach.
With what you guys had available and the way they've been swinging the bat, what was kind of, I guess, best case scenario maybe for how you were hoping the pitching would go?
Well, we just tried like crazy to. I mean, we were going to try to keep the game close and try to get to the 5th or 6th inning and have a chance. But you know, they're just swinging at such a high level right now. They didn't give us that opportunity. That was tough for Colby to be put in that spot of being a freshman and against that lineup in this atmosphere, essentially a road game. You know, and he just couldn't hold them at bay. And then it got a little bit worse when things snowballed on us when we put Park in the game. But Coley and Graham and Brandon kind of held them at bay a little bit, and that was encouraging to see. Certainly Brandon Murray hadn't pitched in a long time, and I think got 6 outs in a row. So that's a special moment for Brandon. But we knew if we were going to win this game, it was going to have to be 9-7 or something, and Post getting 9 against that guy, that's going to be a tall order too. So they're a great team, and, you know, they can – I'm not saying the last team standing in this tournament. They can be the last team standing at the end, and they're playing at a very high level right now.
Got one more, Coach. You.
Did y'all approach Hoover any differently this year? Did you learn anything over the course of the week or coming into the week that you'll take going forward?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. You know, some things went our way in the course of some of the games early in the tournament. You know, we were on the brink of our season ending against Vanderbilt, and the kids wouldn't give up, and they kept fighting. And, you know, obviously it could have gone either way yesterday as well. But, you know, they played with a lot more, I think they were a lot more relaxed down here for some reason. They weren't as anxious. They weren't as uptight. And I don't think they were that way the entire season per se, but, you know, they just, I think they just took a deep breath and played ball and put ourselves in position to win some games down here. And we hadn't always played great down here, so it was good. It's my first experience being here on a weekend. It's a pretty cool experience, and hope to be back here again here real soon.
What's made their lineup so tough over the last, it seems like kind of 1 through 9?
Yeah, they can beat you a number of different ways. This is why I love their team so much. They can beat you with the speed in the short game. I mean, Kramer and Freeman and Duplantis, they can fly. They can beat you with power. You know, I mean, obviously, Dykeman and Holmes are just, you make a mistake, you're not getting it back. Obviously, they can beat you on the mound with their pitching. I know they got 4 errors today, but they're a phenomenal defensive team. And they have all the pieces. I mean, they got guys that can fly. They're athletic. They got guys that can hit the ball out of the park. They pitch it, and they play D. If there's any other aspect of the game that they need to do better at, mention it to me. They're a complete team.
Chad, do you have any reason to fear your coaching security at USC hinges on this tournament selection process on Monday?
That's not for me to decide. That's not for me to discuss. You know, I've been lucky to be the head baseball coach at South Carolina, and I stand by our success here, and certainly love the opportunity to coach the Gamecocks. But that's not my decision. That's for others to decide.
Anything else for the head coach? Thanks, Coach. Thank you.